everyone. This is Lisa Espinosa, spiritual career coach, author, and host of the podcast Soul Studio for Your Career. I'm so happy to be here with you today on day 5 of our Priestess Novena. If this is your first time, feel free to just jump right in, and you could always go back to do the other days if you're guided to. It's all recorded on my Facebook page, my website, my YouTube channel. So welcome, and welcome all of you who have been with me during this journey since day 1. And I know some of you did the first novena I did back in April. So the focus of my work, hello Cindy, if you're new to my work, is to help people, to help others align with the guidance, the wisdom of their soul, so that they can evolve their career, evolve the work that they do in the way that your soul is guiding you to do that. And everything I do is connected to that. Now, this particular practice of the Priestess Novena is specifically from the book I'm currently working on, Birthing the Priestess Within. And it is a 9-day journey, hello Kathleen, of cleansing and transmutation, of releasing and empowerment. Actually, it feels to me like a seasonal cleanse. You know how they recommend every season at least having some type of physical cleanse to reset your body, to clear toxins. And so this feels like that. So I feel like I'll be doing one in the fall. I don't know if I'll do one in the fall together, or I'll just do it, on my own. But that's kind of the guidance I'm receiving, that as we do this, hello Jan, it's a spiritual, mental, emotional, physical even as well, deep cleansing, so that we can be aligned with our soul even more profoundly, and we can be a vessel for miracles and blessings and gifts for the world. So today we are going to focus on the heart chakra, which, as I shared already, I didn't realize how much this 9-day journey was going to be about the chakras, but that's what happens when you let your soul lead the way, right? Your soul always has a better plan. Honestly, your soul has such a vast vision, understands, can see beyond what our human understanding can see, which is why this partnership with your soul is the most important one you can have. So I heard the guidance of do this together with others, invite others to join you. I didn't hear anything about chakras till we started, and then it was like, oh, this is what we're going to do. So today, the heart center, the heart chakra. And specifically what I heard is that this is both a strengthening, a clearing of just like decluttering our heart center, right? Decluttering just anything that's there that doesn't serve you anymore. And also a deep strengthening and expanding so that you can love more. And that was a theme in the Divine Mother retreat, right? We heard the Divine Mother saying, don't be afraid to love more. And that was such an amazing invitation for her to, because that's what she was doing. The Divine Mother, we have free will. We're not robots. Now we can consecrate our will to the divine. We can be committed and say, I work for you, divine. Work your miracles through me. And even that's a practice and a process. We keep surrendering. So when the Divine Mother said, don't be afraid to love more, it's always said as an invitation. As we can say, yeah, I am, so no, I'm not going to love more. We could always say no. We could always be like, I'm not ready. And if you're watching this, if you're drawn to my work, I trust that you are ready, even if you didn't know that yet. To love more, love actually has no degree. So in a way, that's kind of like a paradox. It almost doesn't make sense, right? Because love is just absolute. However, with our human, in our human journey, as we heal all the different wounds we have in our heart, and that's coming actually really strongly right now for you to be open through this transmission, through this novena, to heal whatever wound is in your heart that perhaps you've worked on for a long time and it just doesn't seem like it's healing fully, or perhaps you've been scared to look at. Perhaps you've been like, that's too much, or it's not time yet, or I'll do that later. Right now there's an invitation from your soul of like, do it now. Allow that, whatever pain that is in your heart, let me rephrase that. Allow your soul to guide this heart healing, because your soul knows what you're ready for. Your soul knows how to do it in the most efficient, gentle way. Even if, and when your soul is gentle, that doesn't mean you won't have emotion. If those of you, actually some of you who are here, were also in my workshop this morning, which was so awesome to spend 2 hours with you. And one of the things we talked about was, being uncomfortable. Like that question of what uncomfortable feeling is your soul just guiding you to get better and better at feeling. And as I took a walk after that class, and I was just kind of walking and trying to be really present to my body, because I knew I was going to have this offering, and I really felt like, okay, I need to ground myself. And as I was walking, at some point I heard my soul saying something like, really becoming comfortable being uncomfortable. And I was like, ooh, that'll be my next workshop. But anyway, just like, so being comfortable, being uncomfortable. Again, this is a divine feminine medicine. The divine feminine is often one of paradox, right? It's like slow down to speed up. That's a divine medicine concept, right? Be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's a divine feminine aspect. So when you enter that paradox, like, ooh, I'm stepping into the divine feminine energy. So in your heart center, as we receive this heart clearing and expansion, allow your soul to be in charge of that today. Allow your soul, and just say it in your heart right now if you're willing, like, beautiful soul, you be in charge of this heart healing today. I'm not gonna, my ego mind, my personality self can have fears, can have resistance, might think it knows better, but I actually know that you, beautiful soul, you who are aligned with the divine, you know what I'm ready for. And I've said this several times today. I guess it's a theme of the day, is one of the themes, is that our soul is ongoingly getting us ready to be ready. Like ready to be ready, ready to be ready, ready to be ready. Often behind the scenes, often underneath the surface, there's this like getting ready to be ready, getting ready to be ready. And this year as a quantum leap year, this novena as a quantum technology practice allows you to be in that space of like, oh my gosh, I'm finally ready. I'm ready now. I didn't know that I was training all these years to be ready for this moment, to be ready for this healing. So let's go ahead and take some nice breaths. And as we take these breaths, we just really settle into your body, really settle into the space. If you've been doing this journey with me since day one, just feel how your body already knows. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I know this space. Like it's starting to align itself with that energy of the infinity point, which is why we do this practice. It's why you do yoga. It's not for when you're on the mat. I mean, that's awesome, but it's for when you're off the mat. That's why we meditate. It's not just for when we're meditating, or even mostly for when we meditate. It's for when we're not meditating. Doing the novena is not for the 9 days are amazing, but it's for the rest of the days. It's to carry that with us. So start to feel your body, your energy, how it's expanded, how it's been healing, how it's been aligning. And see those roots of light going down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet, deep into the earth, all the way to the heart of the earth. Just allow your roots to do what they know how to do. And we welcome any beautiful crystals and stones. And of course, I'm not surprised that rose quartz shows up so strongly. Green calcite, just welcoming those stones. And then let's extend our roots to connect with each other, all of you who are here live and those of you who will be watching the recording. So we create this network of roots, right? This beautiful container. so that together it's a stronger container. Together there's more ability to release and receive. So breathing all of that energy in through the bottoms of your feet, up to your knees, up to your hips, up through your pelvis, right? We worked on the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, so feel that energy. If you're watching this and you haven't seen those transmissions, I highly recommend that you go back and do those. And then moving up to our heart center, starting to feel how your heart is preparing, is opening. There's an expansion. Feel your shoulders start to like relax, and almost like somebody's placing their hands on your shoulders. And in fact, imagine I'm doing that. And just gently helping them to relax, but also helping them to move back in this very subtle but powerful movement as your heart opens. And if you can see my pendant, this is a rose pendant that is a Mother Mary pendant. She so aligns with roses, the medicine of the rose. So really, I welcome you to see your heart center as this beautiful rose. And then that light moving up the back of your neck, up to the crown of your head. So you feel so present here. And landing, cascading over your third eye, down back into your heart center as you bring your hands here to your heart. And feel that tenderness of your heart. Allow yourself to feel even more of that tenderness. In fact, this is what's coming right now. As we know, our overlighting mentors for the whole 9 journey, Kalima, release fears, release what doesn't serve you anymore. Hestia with her medicine of sanctuary. Our Lady of Guadalupe with her medicine and message of protection. So I see them standing around our group and around each of you. If you've never heard of them before, that is fine. Just know that they are these divine beings of love and light. And as your hands are over your heart, the first healing already is allowing yourself to connect more deeply than ever before with the tenderness of your heart, with the vulnerability of your heart. And knowing that, again, another divine feminine aspect, vulnerability is strength. The more vulnerable you are, the stronger you are. That's a divine feminine teaching right there. And so in this moment, as you feel and even welcome the tenderness of your heart and the vulnerability of your heart, it's the heart that doesn't need to defend itself. And that's why it's so powerful and strong. So just start to be in that space of your tender heart, your vulnerable, strong, courageous heart. And as that happens, I want to share that the overlighting mentor for today is Angel Hope, Love and Acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So we welcome, and you want, let me show you an image of her. Look at how beautiful she is, and she's got that lotus flower at her heart center. So in this space, I see this beautiful angel in front of you, and just feel it's like her hand going over your heart center, but it can go through all the way through to the heart of your heart. That's what I'm hearing, to the heart of your heart. And as that happens, just set the intention of releasing any heart wound, any heaviness in your heart. As that happens, start to feel your heart becoming more spacious. So what's happening is, and actually Our Lady of Guadalupe is standing behind you, her hand on the back of your heart, on your back. And as that happens, your heart is becoming more spacious, so that as you start to release these wounds, or for some of you, it's also as you start to look at these wounds. So for some of you, The healing is just allowing yourself to see the wound. Some of you have been seeing the wound for a long time and you know it's there and you've been looking at it. But some of you, part of the way you protected yourself might have been to not look at it. So right now, as Our Lady of Guadalupe brings her hands behind your heart, she's creating all this space beyond your understanding so that you can look at the wounds and it won't overwhelm you. You can look at it and like, there it is. There's that wound. Or even if you've seen it before, there's that, wow, there's that aspect of it I hadn't allowed myself to see before. And perhaps in this moment you just see it as little, I see a lot of little pebbles and little kind of clumps of rocks. So perhaps right now your soul just speaks to you in symbolism, and that is perfect. But as this happens, you notice like, ooh, there's those pebbles, those stones, that heaviness, that my soul is saying it's time to heal. So just allow whatever conversation your soul is having with you right now about what it is that is being released, what it is that is being witnessed. That's coming very strongly right now, that for some of us, it is a divine witnessing, that your soul is just inviting you to witness, to be this beautiful witness of the wounding or heaviness that might be in your heart. And it's almost in being that witness, it will heal. So in just with great, what does a divine witness do? A divine witness observes with great compassion, with great kindness, without an agenda, without trying to fix it or rush the healing, without taking it on either. It's just this beautiful energy, this creating this sacred container. When we are witnessed in that way, it is one of the most healing things. I mean, think about any time where you've been hurting, and if you've been blessed enough to have someone in your life that could be a witness in that way, that doesn't rush you, that doesn't try to give you all this advice, that doesn't minimize it, that also doesn't like just let us wallow in victimhood either. It's just this beautiful medicine. So your heart is being empowered right now to be that divine witness of any of your own wounds or hurts. And this is happening beyond your human understanding. Your logical mind can't comprehend. That's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. So just breathe into your heart. Just receive that healing at your heart center. And I see, Our Lady of Guadalupe standing in front of you now, and she's bringing all these roses, these rose petals. Like just kind of blessing you with these rose petals over the crown of your head. And just kind of falling and really landing in your heart. So just the smell of roses, and I'm actually going to spray the rose spray. A beautiful medicine of the rose in your heart. Let me just see if there's anything else before we... Well, as you are in the rose of your heart center, welcome your guardian angels. Welcome your divine teachers in spirit, whoever they are. Welcome the ascended masters that you're mentoring with, that you're in partnership with. If you don't know who they are, that's fine. You can just welcome these beings of love that are supporting your path. Again, we know Kalima and Hestia and Our Lady of Guadalupe are present. Beautiful angel Hope is here as well. And just see this circle around each of you, of that golden magenta color around each of you. And as the circle surrounds you, your heart center is continuing to expand and to strengthen and to become more spacious. So just let that happen. And if you joined if you just joined or you joined late, please later go back and hear the whole transmission so you can receive that heart activation and receive the words that your soul wants you to receive about your heart center. So you have this golden magenta circle around each of you, those of you who are watching live, those of you who are watching the recording. And then we bring this beautiful circle around the whole group, around all of us, whenever you are watching this, by the way. Right? So if you're watching this a year from now, 5 years from now, all of this medicine stays here. This is the way we can use technology in a divine way. And actually, technology mirrors divine technology. That's important to know, and I'll talk about that another time. But so we have this circle of golden light and magenta light around the whole group, and we welcome the light and wisdom of the divine. God, Goddess, Source, Universe, whatever, the Creator, the Creatrix, whatever your name is, for that loving energy that is rejoicing that we are here gathered together for your own healing and the healing of the world. So we know that we do this for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for the global collective. Not even global, universe, the whole universe is healed as we enter in sacred space like this. So just one final thing that I'm seeing. So yesterday we talked about the infinity point, right? So when we sit for 9 minutes, we're going to sit on the infinity point, right, like this. And we've done the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and right now we're at the heart center. The heart is like the bridge, right, between these upper chakras and lower chakras. So yesterday I shared how I was seeing that infinity symbol moving up and down our chakra points, right? So right now, just for a few breaths, see that happening from your root to your heart and then back down. So there is a really deep connection that is wanting to happen right now between the chakras that we've already worked through. So from root up to sacral, up to solar plexus, up to heart. So that infinity symbol going up and then going down, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, and then going up. And I actually see the infinity symbol kind of spinning at some of the chakras. So just allow whatever needs to happen. And when we sit for 9 minutes, more of that might happen, but I was really guided to do that before we start. So just letting that happen as we get ready to be in our 9-minute sacred space. So get your candles. So here's mine. And you see all of the stuff that's been melting away. I wish I could see your candles. So we're going to do our prayer together, and then we're going to sit for 9 minutes and trust that whatever your experience is during those 9 minutes is perfect. If it goes fast, if it goes slow, if it feels like, oh my gosh, that was interminable, no judgment. Whatever it is perfect. All right, so let's begin, all of us together, as we use the temple of our mouth and our tongue to bless ourselves and bless the world and bless this journey together. So as this candle burns, my soul within me burns. As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. 9 days too clear, lifetimes of fear. As I give, I receive. As I heal, I am healed. Doors open, I walk through. I am ready for the new. Abundance flows with ease and grace, for I have finally found my place. All right, bring this here. So get comfortable, getting my timer ready here. All right, I'll see you on the infinity point, and then I'll see you on the other side. All right, begin. start taking some nice cleansing breaths. And just being really gentle with yourself as you, hello George, as you start to come back. Maybe stretching a little bit, or I'm gonna drink a little bit of water. I felt so much energy during that. Kind of felt like I was magnetized or something. And I definitely, for me, kept feeling that connection between our root and heart chakra. There was a lot of that. And then at some point, as far as my heart healing, what I heard was to let myself be loved, which was really interesting. So I'm going to be with that. Feel free to share anything in the comments if you want to share anything about your experience today. Yeah. So, all right. So let's go ahead, and before I forget anything, I do want to say tomorrow, starting tomorrow, for the last few days of the novena, it's going to be a different time. So it's going to be earlier. Tomorrow will be at 9, and I apologize that I can't be sure yet the next days if it'll all be consistently 9 or if it'll be 10. I just kind of have to wait for something tomorrow to fall into place. But tomorrow will be 9 a.m. Layers opened. Beautiful. Thank you, Jill. And hopefully you can join me at 9. If not, it's recorded and you can join that way. So let's go ahead and just do some quick cards. And I have the Gateway Oracle from Denise Lynn. And Gateway, you know, like just really being with your heart space. That was the other thing that came up during the 9 minutes. It was like that whole reminder of the divine feminine, how there's this paradox, right, with the divine feminine. Thank you, Judy, of vulnerability and strength, right? Of slowing down to speed up, of entering a space of knowing nothing to know everything, like that, of dying to be reborn, right? All those little deaths we go through. So there's something about that divine feminine medicine that's really being activated in our heart center, because we're going to need it as we step into the next half of the year, and as we help support the world in the next half of the year. Oh, and for those of you who are in my Align with Future You class, I had I forgot this. One of the first things was my future me came in front of me again, and she was showing me her heart chakra, her heart center. And it was so spacious. And so anyway, for those of you who attended, and if you didn't, just the idea that you can connect with the you that you are becoming, and connect with her heart center. All right. Jill says the paradox of the divine feminine is very helpful. Thanks. Yes. And then of course the divine masculine comes and is so devoted to that. And then it's also like, okay, and then what action do we take, right, to birth that here into form? Love it. Revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. And look at this. It's a beautiful pearl. And think about how pearls, talk about divine paradox, right? Of like pearls, how, you know, it's this like pebble, right, rubbing against the ocean. Like the way pearls are created is so amazing. Friction creates this beautiful pearl. So revealing radiance and revealing your pearls of wisdom, right? Your pearls of wisdom. And let's do a surrender card. I thought it was the same one we got this morning. It's very close. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation. I have faith that all is well. So releasing your fear of change. And sometimes, usually we think of, let me just say this. Sometimes we fear success, the change that success will bring. The change that being healed from a wound we've carried forever will bring. The change of stepping into our leadership role more deeply will bring. So even the change of just healing our heart. So it's amazing what we can be attached to. So this is saying, release your fear of change. And finally, Earth Warriors. I've just been loving pulling cards from this deck. This is Alana Fairchild. And we've got, oh, so beautiful. Palik Mana, medicine of the butterfly Kachina. Look at this. Let yourself be blessed by this image. This is number 6. I'm going to, look at that. It's so beautiful. So let's see. Her messages are very long, so I'm just going to read wherever I'm guided to. So there we go, medicine. All right, I'll just start at the beginning. It says, on wings of hope, butterfly Kachina guides you through an ending to the light of new life within. It is your transition into a happier time of increased pleasure and delight. Especially if you have experienced great struggle or loss, the spirit medicine of butterfly brings hopeful promise to your heart. Here is your sign that there will be happiness, peace, and light. Trust in the goodness being birthed. Let me repeat that last part here. Especially if you have experienced great struggle or loss, the spirit medicine of butterfly brings hopeful promise to your heart. Here is your sign that there will be happiness, peace, and light. Trust in the goodness being birthed. Beautiful. Look at this. Notice all the butterflies you see around you and just the images of butterflies. I love that. I just like love that mandala coming out of her, the crown of her head and her third eye. So beautiful. I don't know, for some reason I'm being guided to... I'll just read this part for a second. It says, if you have been working hard on an issue, on yourself, or on a cause in the world, and it seems to be going nowhere, Butterfly Kachina reminds you that in the divine alchemy of transformation, things sometimes appear to be going backwards as they move forward. Another divine feminine paradox, right? We feel like we're going backwards, but you're actually moving forwards. So we welcome that medicine here into this space. Thank you, everyone. It's always such a joy to connect with you. I will see you tomorrow at 9. Make sure you, if you can make it at 9 a.m., if you take care of yourself, drink water, eat food that really nourishes your body, take walks, whatever you need to do to really integrate these days, this 9-day journey, because we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. Thank you, Jan. Thanks, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. See ya.